Action Comics number 1040 show Superman battling beasts in Mongul's Warworld arena, wielding sword, shield, and looking like the barbarian of a pulp fantasy novel. As onlookers cheer, Superman eventually goes hand to hand with Mongul himself. Superman's battle against the galactic tyrant is part of Johnson's ongoing Warworld Rising story arc, which features the Man of Steel leaving Earth in the care of his son, John Kent, and teaming up with the Authority to free the enslaved peoples of Mongul's realm. Thus far, Superman's fight for liberation has been a gritty one, with Clark suffering from weakened powers and losing in a scuffle against Mongul that saw him stabbed by a kryptonite spear. Superman has also learned of the gruesome genocide that Warworld's elite warriors, the Warzoons, participated in for generations as they repeatedly stripped planets of resources and tossed dominated peoples into their fighting arena. The grizzled gladiatorial outfit that Superman wears in Action Comics number 1040 also featured in a variant cover by Riccardo Federici for the series' previous issue, and was present in Future State Superman, Worlds of War. A one-shot that was released in 2020, Future State Superman, Worlds of War showcased a possible alternate future for Superman, revealing that he had been battling in Mongul's arena for years. Despite this bleakness, Superman had become an icon of hope to the thousands of enslaved fighters, inspiring them in a fashion similar to how he had inspired both other superheroes and regular citizens on Earth. Action Comics number 1040. Superman has become a force to be reckoned with inside Warworld's arena, and Mongul questions his decision to keep his enemies alive. As Superman's new Phylosion ally Krylux teaches him new ways to fight without powers, he starts to win Warzoons over to his cause, but someone within his inner circle finds their allegiances tested. Meanwhile, the elusive Midnighter uses his talents to find the missing members of the Authority. Created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, Dr. Doom first appeared in 1962's The Fantastic Four number 5. While he's generally associated with the Fantastic Four, Dr. Doom has made an enemy of pretty much every major Marvel hero at various points in the past and is often considered one of the publisher's greatest villains. In addition to being a genius, Doom has also proven himself an adept and deadly sorcerer, making him a meld of mysticism and science. In the lead-up to the Death Hunters, Dr. Doom used his magic to create his own version of the Masters of Evil. Hailing from various places in the multiverse, these villains have been ruthlessly effective in destroying the heroes of various worlds. This attack has put the various members of Earth's mightiest heroes on the defensive and, at the start of Avengers number 53, they find themselves trying to rally and figure out how to proceed. However, just before that happens, Avengers number 53 addressed Doom's use of magic. In general, Marvel magic requires a cost that must be paid. Doom, though, has not been paying that cost. The narration then explains, for the mystical mass destruction he unleashes here today, 1,000 planets are already withering. 1 billion nightmares becoming real and devouring the faces of their dreamers. As such, Doom's use of the incredibly powerful magic he's using against the Avengers here is having horrifying consequences around the universe. Avengers number 53. Assault on Avengers Mountain. The Avengers' impenetrable headquarters is under attack, by the most supremely powerful version of Dr. Doom in existence and a wildly murderous young Thanos, still wet with his mother's blood. The Black Panther fights to defend the mountain alongside his surprising new teammates, King Namor of Atlantis and Jane Foster, the mighty Valkyrie. Launching in April, Marvel's biggest hitters will duke it out for their 60th anniversaries in Hulk vs. Thor, Banner of War. Donny Cates, the acclaimed writer behind both Hulk and Thor, will team up with rising star artist Martin Coccolo in a story that will smash both characters' current sagas together in a glorious showdown. The 5-part crossover will kick off in April's Hulk vs Thor, Banner of War Alpha #1 before exploding in the pages of both Hulk and Thor's hit solo titles throughout May and June. In May's Thor #25, Part 2 of Banner of War, Banner's newfound control of his rage is prolonging the fight more than Thor expected, and with Banner holding his own, Thor must get creative. Odin's breakthrough look into Banner's psyche seems to slow the violence, but will it be enough? Later that month in Hulk #7, Part 3 of Banner of War, Iron Man interrupts a pivotal moment of Hulk and Thor's battle to settle a score. Equipped with new Celestial Hulk Buster armor of his own design, Tony is convinced that he can ensure Thor's victory and Hulk's capture. But sometimes what you don't know really can hurt you. Armed with a new creative team and a bold lineup, the most dangerous group of Avengers returns more savage than ever this May. Ringo Award-winning writer David P. Pose will make his Marvel Comics debut alongside superstar artist Carlos Magno in a new Savage Avengers run. The series will introduce an all-new, all-different team of Marvel's fiercest warriors that will resonate across every era of the House of Ideas. Revealed today on Marvel's official Twitter account, assembling by Conan's side will be Daredevil, Elektra, Anti-Venom, Black Knight, Cloak and Dagger, and Weapon H. Together, they'll fight their way through the Hyborian Age with an evil Deathloke hot on their trail. Since his exile from the Hyborian Age, Conan the Barbarian has conquered the most dangerous foes the modern Marvel Universe has to offer, but what happens when this hard-edged Cimmerian finds himself on the run from the cybernetic soldier of the future known as Deathloke? Outgunned and outmatched, Conan must turn to an unlikely group of loners, berserkers and killers if he hopes to survive the night. But can these savage Avengers defy Deathloke's murderous manhunt, or will they become the next targets in the crosshairs of tomorrow? Making my Marvel debut with Savage Avengers is like getting drafted to the Yankees and then being told you also get to play for the Rangers on the weekend. Not only do I get to write Conan the Barbarian, one of the most iconic characters in sword and sorcery, but I get to throw him into the wildest adventures imaginable alongside a brand new crew of Marvel fan favorites. P. Pose said. Teaming up Conan with Daredevil, Anti-Venom, Weapon H, Black Knight, and Cloak and Dagger allows so much personality and potential to the series, and artist Carlos Magno delivers showstopper after showstopper as he brings these characters to life. I can't wait for readers to see what sparks fly when Conan and company are pitted against the most dangerous Deathloke of them all. Get ready to experience an epic battle of Cyborg versus Cimmerian, because this May, only the savage will survive. Set in the near future, Rogues picks up 10 years after the crime gang disbanded, but the intervening years haven't been kind to the criminals, with DC noting they've gone through an endless cycle of prison, rehab, dead-end jobs, broken relationships, probation, and bottomless restitution fees. But their former leader, Captain Cold, has found a way out, however. At least he thinks. The score? The world's largest stockpile of undocumented, untraceable gold. The only problem is that it's safely ensconced in Gorilla City under the firm protection of another Flash villain, Gorilla Grodd, who in this alt-universe has become one of the biggest crime bosses in the world. Rogues take everything we love about these classic characters and send them violently crashing into a noir story that makes the ideal DC Black Label series, says the writer. Leo Max is best known for his work on the recent Joe Hill DC series Basketful of Heads, and has done remarkable work on the European comic franchise Tex and Dylan Dog. I was amazed by Leo Max's work in Basketful of Heads, says Williamson. It knocked me off my feet. So when I found out he was interested in working on Rogues, I was super excited. When I saw his first pages for issue #1, they completely exceeded my expectations. Working with him brings an incredible amount of thoughtfulness and insight into the world of the Rogues. I love this series because it's the twisted, black-hearted mirror of our current DC Black Label title Catwoman, Lonely City, DC Black Label Group editor Chris Conroy says. While that story is a love letter to the Gotham villain milieu, Josh and Leo Max are going to show the rogues some tough love. Very, very tough. When the editorial team saw this pitch, we knew it was a slam dunk. Josh understands the world of the Flash inside and out, and no one has ever written a more terrifying Gorilla Grodd. Strong guy, forge, tempo, boom boom, marrow, armor, cannonball, sunspot, banshee. Earlier this year, these X-Men characters were choices in the mega-popular X-Men vote. While they ultimately weren't chosen as the final member of the Krakoan Age's first team of X-Men, the vote took social media by storm, with passionate fans campaigning fiercely for their favorites. And this February, fans can relieve the excitement of this pivotal moment in X-Men history by seeing their chosen candidates in action in Secret X-Men #1. This special one-shot, written by Excalibur and X of Swords scribe Tini Howard and drawn by Daredevil artist Francesco Mobili, will bring all 9 of these mutant heroes together for a secret mission to the stars. What is the mission? Regardless of the subterfuge involved in their task, the Secret X-Men's goal is no secret to readers. As Marvel states, the story will revolve around the Shi'ar Empress, Xandra, who also happens to be the daughter of Charles Xavier and former Shi'ar Emperor Lilandra. When the Shi'ar Empire faces an unexpected threat, they must call upon the X-Men. Team co-captains Sunspot and Cannonball will lead Marrow, Tempo, Forge, Banshee, Strong Guy, Armor, and Boom Boom on a dangerous mission to save a figure of paramount importance, the daughter of Professor X and Empress of the Shi'ar, Xandra. We had to do it, yeah. And I jumped at the chance to tell the story while I had the time, Howard said. Cannonball was my vote, and Strong Guy. Tempo. Boom Boom. This is the perfect team for an intergalactic X-Men mission. I hope they didn't forget anything important.